Well, hey y'all, welcome to Arkansas, where it is as hot as the face of the sun. My husband picked some sweet corn this morning out of my son's corn patch, and I'm just going to get most of it shucked. I'll meet y'all back in the house, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it up in the freezer, and then probably in a separate video, I'm going to show you how I like to cook it for us to eat like roast ears. So, I'm going to get to getting, and I'll see y'all when we get back in the house. Well, I've already washed, cut out any bad parts, and I put these in some cold water, and I've already cut some off and milked it, and I'm going to show you how to shuck it here in a minute. But what I like to do, and the reason you put it in cold water, it's basically clean except for the container it was in. But the reason, when you bring it in from the field, you want to get that field heat out of it, and so you just want to soak it in some tap water. So here's what I'm going to do. My very favorite thing is a paring knife and my Tupperware cake carrier lid, because it has deep sides and this makes a mess, and I don't make as near of a mess if it's in here. So what I do, let's see if I can get this where you can see it. Just take my paring knife kind of flat with a touch of an angle, and you just want to slice off the tops of it. Now you don't have to be precious about it. If you get too deep, it's no big deal. You just want to slice the tops of it off. And you can turn it to the left or to the right. It doesn't matter. It just depends on which way your knife skills work the best. So let's just get this off, and I'll show you how I'm going to milk this. And I do want to ask y'all something. I'm going to save these corn cobs, and I may make some corn cob. Okay, let me show you how you milk this. When you get done taking the tops off, you take your knife and you turn it around and use the back side of the blade. And you just scrape it with some pretty good force down the cob, and that gets all the rest of that good milk out of there, and you can see all the juice that's down in the bottom of this. Then we'll flip it around and get this other end. And I know some people are going to say, get one of those wooden things that's got the blades in the middle of it, and I have one of those, and I cannot stand to use it. I'm just all fumble fingers. To me, this works so much easier. But you just take, and you don't have to be precious about it, y'all. You're just going to get that top off. And flip it around. Do the same to the other side. I've seen people do this with a large knife, and there's a little thing I missed. But if that's what you want to do, go right ahead on, y'all. Use whatever knife you are comfortable using. As for me and my house, we love a good paring knife. All right, I'm gonna go ahead when I finish this one. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how to shuck this. Now, y'all hang on, because a lot of people don't know how to do this, and I've gotten messages that says, how do I get the husk off of it? Well, I'm going to show you how to get it husk off of it. You've got to learn sometimes, y'all. So if you know how to do this, just hang tight. So you got your, let's see, hang on a minute. I'm going to move this out of the way because I don't want to get any of that in here. So let me put this right back there on that stove that is not on. I'll put this over here. So what you do, here's the base that was attached to the plant, and here's the silks. And you just start peeling away like it's a banana with a lot of layers. And if you want to save these husks to do a craft, to do, those corn husk dolls that they used to make, that's a cute thing to do. But this is a good time to also, you can get your silks off of it, and you can get any worms or any bad spots cut off. Break that end off. Yeah, see, now this has got some I'm going to have to cut off, and you want to get as many silks off as you can. Some people are just really anti-silk. There's a lot of other things in the world to be upset about other than there's a silk in my corn. There's nothing wrong with the silk, y'all. It's not going to hurt you not one iota. Alright, so now I'm going to take my paring knife, and I'm just going to cut that end off right there. There we go. Put it down in my water. We are done with that. Easy peasy. Now I'll do this in a different video because I don't want this one to get too long. We're gonna put this up in the freezer. But I'm gonna show you how I cook our corn on the cob for us to eat like roast ears. Okay, y'all. I will see y'all back in just a minute, and I'm gonna get this cleaned up and finish those two, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, I've got 20 ears of corn that we cut off together, and I want to show you because we milked it with the back of our knife. Can you see if I can show you? Look at all of that good juice in there. Oh boy. Now, if you've been following me for the 4 years that I've been doing this, you know that I never, ever use the microwave. When I'm doing corn is the time that I love to use the microwave because it does it to perfection. And if I do it on the stove, you got to stand here with it or you'll scorch the bottom. And after we do all this work and we got this corn syrup facial, we don't want to do that. So what I do, I just put it in a glass bowl or a microwave safe bowl. It's going to take some plastic wrap and you're just going to put it over the top and make sure it is sealed. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for 7 minutes. And then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to carefully take off this plastic wrap and stir it and put a new piece on because this one will be demolished. Make sure I've got it all sealed. And I put a new piece on and then I'll cook it 7 more minutes and then I'll take it out and I'll let it cool. And when it's cool, we'll get back together and I'll show you how I'm going to put this up. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. See you back here in just a little bit. Well, it was in there 7 minutes and it was all domed up. And I was going to try to show you that before it got undomed. But I'm just going to open it away from you because, you know, while a facial is nice, you don't want to get steaming hot face of it in the kitchen. So we're just going to get that off and we're just give this a good stir from the bottom. I wish you could smell this. Oh, this time of year that the refrigerator always smells like cantaloupe and watermelon and the house smells like fried squash and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to cover this again and put it back in for 7 minutes. And then whenever it's cooled off, then I'll see y'all back. And we're going to put it up in some of these little containers here. So, see y'all back in 7 minutes. Okay, y'all, we are through cooking it in the microwave. I've let it sit here for, probably 10 minutes. And I've been stirring it just to kind of get the hot to the top so it would kind of cool. Now, what I'm going to put this up in is just these sandwich meat containers. I save these. I don't heat anything in these, but I do like to freeze them because it's a pretty perfect size. So I'm just going to put about 2 cups, give or take, doesn't have to be exact, in each one because 2 cups will get us, whether it's something that we're going to eat just as a meal or if I'm going to use it in a recipe, if I'm going to make you know, cornbread that's got corn in it, which is, okay, if we're going to make cornbread that's got corn in it, that's what we're going to do. Or if you're going to make a corn pudding, that's delicious too. And you could put these, you know, if you live alone, you could put these in a 1 cup container and then you wouldn't have so many leftovers possibly. There we go. Okay, now let's see here. I'm going to move this out of the way and I am going to use the rest of this in just a little skillet. Let me put this in the sink. I'm just going to put this in my little corningware dish and then we can heat this up because we don't want any of this to go to waste. And we'll finish this up with our supper with some more stuff. But anyway, I just want to show y'all how, ooh, that's still hot on the bottom, how easy it is to shuck corn and to slice it off and to milk it. And then you got some wonderful stuff to put in the freezer or to eat right then. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to top that off with a little bit more out of one of those. But anyway, there we go. You get the gist of it. Corn putting up does not have to be hard. It's a little messy because of the splatter, but it's not hard, y'all. And in the next video, I'll show you how I like to cook it for us to eat it like roast ears. Now, I'm going to let this just sit here and get completely cool before I put the lid on it and before I put it in the freezer because you don't want to put hot stuff in your freezer because that's a no-go. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video and y'all go do something fun.